Do you think there might be a generation gap there? I mean,
It may be a generation.
I mean, yeah, we've heard you tell that joke. But I'm kind of old.
I'm aware of that.
What's old?
You've heard it many times.
It's old.
I gotta get some new jokes. That's
That might be the lesson.
amazing. I had to get some news story. Wanted to use that.
If if it didn't have the impact, if his legacy didn't have the impact, the positive impact that it has had, you guys wouldn't be here.
Amen. Yes, sir.
That's exactly. And
Amen.
frankly, I'm a bit surprised, particularly at the African American reporters framing your questions in certain ways.
That's right.
Because I know you understand the humor, where he's coming from as a person. Secondly, you know his heart, and you know the impeccable legacy that he enjoys from Dr. King till now.
Amen.
And I think all of this is simply a desperate attempt on the part of Republicans, Romney sympathizers and supporters to exploit his well-meaning words and turn them in such a way that would benefit Romney. And I think you all know that. And so this is a failed attempt, in my opinion, because everyone knows this man's heart, not only nationally, but around the world. So I think really this is going to have the opposite effect. It's going to have a positive effect because he's going to receive sympathy and empathy for the knowledge that people have of who this man is. And I'm proud to be associated with him and always will be.
I just have one thing to say too, because I feel like it's the most evident thing that's here, which is that the truth of the story and the message of what the story was saying has been completely diverted. So a man who is at a time filled with anger came to faith and and had a redemption of himself, and then is now drawing the line to he's feeling the same energy of back in the day during that civil rights fight. That is still happening here today. Yes. Racism is still here today. That was the message of the story, and that is being completely diverted.
AFL and working people. I've been knowing Dr. Lowery for over 20 years, and I could certainly consider him a friend and a mentor. But all you have to do is look at his life. He doesn't have a bit of hate in his heart. He doesn't have a bit of racism. This man has fought all his life for the common good.
Right.
And for people to take things out of context or whatever you want to say, it's really sort of sad. And I made a comment about Sean Hannity running with it earlier to Reverend Motley. Well, the truth is there are people that want to take things like this and run with it. That's right. But all you have to do, this is a man that has a history, right. and it's all in front of him, and all in front of all of y'all. And I didn't even hear the story. I just got a call this morning that said somebody was questioning that Dr. Lowery was being racist and saying white people are going to go to hell. Well, he calls me the new Mr. Charlie, and I'm honored to be the new Mr. Charlie if he's calling me there.
Charlie Fleming.
Because this man is an icon, and I love him, and we all should love what he stands for in this country.
Amen.
Right.
And he has been there for years. 10 years ago, when we were about to go to war with Iraq, and we had a real State of the Union, and we had Jay Bookman and Mike Lukovich up the street come, Dr. Lowery was invited to come share the stage with these reporters. And I remember him up on the stage, and he turned to both Mike and to Jay, and he said, "You know, I kind of like being up here with these two little white boys." And everybody loved it. They got it. The church was filled with black and white people. He made a difference. He changed our audience from a predominantly white audience concerned with the war to 60% black and 40% white. And it continued thusly. And it's gone for 10 years. And when we mark 10 years of standing for peace at Colony Square, August 24th of this year, Dr. and Mrs. Lowery, along with Congressman Lewis, were out there, and they stayed for an hour and a half and greeted people and made statements. It was an amazing testimony to peace and to working across class, race, gender. They are icons, and we respect them mightily.
Let me- let
Brown,
me
red,
say-
yellow, black, and white, we will all go to heaven together equally.
If I could add one thing, as a person who was involved in the civil rights movement and has respected and followed the leadership of Dr. and Mrs. Lowery for decades, we're here today standing against character assassination, and it is a stock. It is a well-known fact that one can document easily, and the media has all the files on this, that character assassination is a tool that the right wing uses to tear down people who speak truth to power. And we came today on a moment's notice to say we're not going to stand for character assassination. We're going to stand against it, and we're not going to let the right wing start a stampede to try to tear down a person who's 90 years on this earth, speak for themselves, and we stand beside him and speaking for them.
Well, great,